It's like when your child is hurting and sick and you feel like that you might lose them, you just kind of think everything is just worthless. I'm helping Nayeli take a bath right now. Well, watching her. Sometimes as a homesteading mom, you think, wow, how do I get anything done? And sometimes you just don't get the things done that you want to get done. And I think sometimes in life it just has to be okay. That dog and cat love each other so much. It's so funny. None of the other cats do that. Kalina. She gets to lay there and get massaged by her kitty. Nayeli had a poopy explosion that interrupted breakfast preparations. We are going to make some eggies this morning. And some people think that eggs are not very nutritious, but I know that my mom's cholesterol improved when she started eating a couple eggs a day. And higher cholesterol is actually more related to better brain function as well. So we ate a couple eggs a day. We don't react to it in any way that we know of, so we're gonna go ahead. If we did have some kind of reaction, because eggs are one of the most common allergies, then I wouldn't cook them, but we don't react to it, so we'll eat them. And I'm actually cooking the eggs in coconut oil, which is super delicious. But also, we use lard as well from our own pigs that saw the sun a lot. So there's good vitamin D and minerals in their fat. And we're realizing more, as more studies are coming out, the dietary cholesterol is not bad for us. And it'll be interesting to see what more we find out in the future. I know studies change and blah, 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 but I think they've got some good evidence that it's good for us. I love how beautiful these yolks are, nice and orange. The growing season has already started, in my opinion. I see the grass, it's getting greener outside, and the chickens are eating the grass. And that is giving the good yolk color because they're getting more of that omega-3 fat that we want in our eggs, because we want more omega-3s because we lack it so much in other things that we eat. So that's good for us. And I've got some of my kombucha. This flavor is ginger hibiscus, and I'll add a card up in the top corner when I make a video about making kombucha. It's super easy, nutritious. And then I'm gonna eat some kale for this morning. I'm gonna saute it in coconut oil and some salt and garlic. Kale is sulfur rich, dark leafy green. Oh, it's so good for you. There are multiple reasons why. I'm being a little lazy this morning, and I'm using just the dried garlic, which is good for you too, but fresh garlic is always really, really great for you. And I'm gonna post a card as well on more explanation of why kale is such a superfood for us. And Nene, what are you doing? Whoa, girlfriend. Oh, my sweetheart. She's doing so well. You're doing so well. You gonna say hi? Hi. I love you, girl. Where's your pony? Where's your pony? Ah, your little pony. God's blessed us so much. It is amazing to see how many vegetables that kids actually eat when you garden, as opposed to buying it from the store.
Where are my eggies?
Where are they? Let's get them. Let's get your eggies. Let's get your eggies. When they garden and when they're out in the garden, my goodness, Darian will just be so excited to bring in some kale to saute himself. And it gets them so excited when they're able to cook And when they're able to see something grow, pansies. Oh, grandmas, you better put that back. You'll get in trouble. Pansies actually are edible. The flower is actually edible. And it tastes, the nectar in it tastes like spearmint, actually. It's very delicious. Try it. Sean, what are you doing?
Birdie.
This is not acceptable.
This is a birdie house.
All right, let's go eat our eggies.
A birdie house, and I'm gonna kick it.
Can you eat those greens, Nene?
That's all.
Ooh, good bunny. Good bunny. Swallow. Good bunny. Good bunny.
And the beef.
Breathe in and breathe out. I wonder when this stuff ceases to happen. I'm very hopeful. It's great when you can have your seedlings starting inside so you can escape every once in a while from your kids to come check. Oh, and you might as well have some little chicks starting too. It's convenient. Here is our grow light system and our seedlings. Whoops. Those are peppers. There are some celery starts, and some of the celery starts I fried accidentally. They were dehydrated and they died. So in their places, I started some more, but I also put some marigold in some of the spots to grow some marigolds. These little guys, I think these ones are tomatoes. And this is ashwagandha. I'll talk more about ashwagandha and its benefits. It's so healthy for you, detoxifies the body, helps so many things. Oh goodness, I need to get the light on these. I started them and we needed to order more bulbs. And I've got to get the lights on. Hope I don't fry them when I put the lights on. And those are some Brassica family plants and some calendula. So that's also a medicinal flower that is edible. I'll talk about those. And the laundry never ends. So I feel like we go through so much. We got this in the mail kind of tattered, so I'm hopeful that these light bulbs did not break. We shall see. Moment of truth. Okay, one is not working. So one or two is not working. Oh my. Maybe it's just, let me try to connect it better. Well, I slightly turned it and it turned on, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with these. They're a different grow light than the other ones that I have, so they're not going to produce as much heat, which is good and bad, because if you wanted to give things a little bit more heat, it would be good. But if you don't, like these seedlings are all Brassica family, and they will do really well without being heated up. I am going to lower this a little bit more because you really want the light really close so that it doesn't get long and stringy, because your sproutlings can get like super stringy, and then they won't be as strong and as stiff. So you want them to grow up like that and get bigger, short and stout. Okay, that's a good start. I'm gonna have to thin them out for one for each cell, so I'll just actually clip them off. I tried pulling up the pulling them out to thin with my celery, and that was another problem I had, because they were too close to the other ones and it disturbed their root system, and then when I fried them, that really took a lot of them out. So I'm just going to, like right here, instead of pulling these out, I'm going to clip the tops off just to kill the rest of them. I'll probably keep the one in the center. And you could eat them if you want to. They're healthy. I'm gonna check on these kids, making sure that they are not misbehaving. I put a dresser up to block them into the living room. Okay. Are you guys doing good up here? Mark, set, go, yay, yay? Get Mark, get set, go.
No. On your mark, get set, go!
Wow. What a good runner. Oh, my 100% baby.
I can beat her walking.
Oh, to imagine that she was not even able to walk months ago. And you can see the video on that
On your marks.
that I'll be posting
Actually,
very, very soon.
marks. Set.
Oh, goodness, God, thank you so much. Health issues strike us all at some point. And what we have been dealing with, Nayeli, has been the worst thing in my whole entire life. Thinking that you're going to lose a child within a couple years and just watching them slowly die is the most painful thing I think that I will ever experience in my life. I hope to never experience that pain and feeling ever again. In the name of Jesus, God, please let me not. It is greening up. I just cannot wait. Okay, this is the tarp for our greenhouse that we need to get up and going so that I can start some seedlings inside there too. I had to buy the whole thing over again, which wasn't a big deal because it was only $147. This is what it looks like set up. It's $147, and my husband, I just had him put pallets in there to make it more secure and heavy because it could blow away. He put a door. We just used stuff to do it, and this is a nice, cheap greenhouse. I mean, we basically spent only, because pallets are free, we basically spent only $200 on it or less, because a lot of this wood was refurbished. We bought maybe we bought these hinges. I think that's the only thing we bought were the hinges and the whole greenhouse. Hi, Mama. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. You're doing well. Very good. All right, we're gonna move this tree. So I miscarried, and at that time I just went ahead and bought this tree. My miscarriage, I believe, actually has to do with me being intolerant to gluten, because that's what Nayeli is right now, or at least she has shown severe signs of being gluten intolerant, and possibly that's why she had this leukodystrophy problem and had ataxia. So what I noticed when I started going gluten-free because of Nayeli, I started to notice that my legs, my knees stopped creaking. They were creaking, and a lot of people with gluten intolerance actually have low glutathione levels in their body, and that is something that makes up a lot of our joints. Glutathione is also an antioxidant in your body. It's one of the most powerful antioxidants in our body because every cell in your body can produce that antioxidant. When you eat sulfur-rich vegetables, when you drink bone broth, and all of this, and also if you keep away from foods that are causing you harm. One neurologist says that all of us are allergic to gluten. It is we have bred wheat to be so glutinous, and gluten is a harder thing for our body to process. And with all the extra toxins in the world that we have, and the lack of vitamin D in our body, because everyone's working inside, a lot of us do not have the ability to process this poorly digestible protein and gluten. That is gluten. All right, so all the ducks started laying eggs, so now we have to go ahead and pick them up. They're all scattered around. I love ducks, and Darian just made an observation. So ducks lay their eggs wherever, and also they can be a little bit more messy. The duck eggs can be a little bit more messy, but they have a good thick coating of an antibacterialness that God gave them on their coating. And so he said, well, at least what we eat is what's inside of them. So observant, so thoughtful. Hi guys, how you doing? How you doing? Hi Kalina. Hi, you ready to dig a hole? You ready to dig a hole? Get a good scratch? You cold, yay yay? No, yuck. Oh, let's go over here and dig the hole. The dogs actually dug a bit of a hole last year, so I might as well use this spot to plant my maple tree. I don't think that it will be too close to the fence. It's a purple maple. I just don't imagine the trunk getting super, super massive. Okay, we're transplanting that tree because it happens to be in a spot where I think we'll put a barn up here someday, and hopefully put a large barn, and on the back of it I want it to be a citrus in Nebraska type of greenhouse. So that's the plan, and I just don't want to lose this purple maple when we decide to do that. So it was planted last year. It was not planted in the spring, so I'm just hoping that it comes out pretty easily and we can plop it in the other hole and have it grow and enjoy its foliage. All right, so I thought I would run into this issue possibly. It is frozen. So the ground is thawing, but it's not thawed enough. So this will help it thaw faster so I can get the transplant faster and get things going. So it'll have to wait till another day. That's okay. How did it get out?
I don't know.
You don't know. It was locked in a chicken tractor. How did it get out? I kind of think that Darian let it out. It kind of attacked it and, well, almost. Look at those babies. They have done very well without pellets. I give them some banana peels, orange peels, black sunflower seeds, some greens, and cabbage, and I give them it's orchard grass, alfalfa, compressed bale that I buy from Tyson's. And this bale actually was a bit better than the other bale I broke into, so this is great. Nayeli just broke their waterer though. I like these star dishes. I like these star dishes from Dollar Tree, actually. You can't come out here. I've got to clean this up. Danger. One thing that when Nayeli was going through the deepest parts of her trial of health, and we still don't know everything, but I would think to myself, like nothing, even though I was doing all this homesteading stuff, I felt like nothing was worth it. It's like when your child is hurting and sick and you feel like that you might lose them, you just kind of think everything is just worthless. And even though I knew that all the health things involved were good for my family, it just felt like all a loss. Like, you know, your kids, you feel like you're doing all this stuff for your kids, the health and everything, and if you're gonna lose one with your best efforts. Fourth, it just feels horrible. The good thing is that even through it, I was able to see, like, no, this is exactly where I should be. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Teaching my children about health, giving them good food to eat, organic produce, growing it ourselves, learning about what is edible even in the wild, because there's so many fruits and vegetables that we're not eating because of our more Americanized diet that we could be eating that is good for us, like dandelions, you know, but they're good for us and we can make them taste very well. I want to be an encouragement to other women that are homesteading, that are living on a small farm, trying to do things for their family that they believe is healthy. It is hard. It is a lot of work. I also want to encourage you that if you have the means to get help, because it costs a lot less to buy, it costs a lot less to hire somebody for help than it does to buy organic produce all the time. So it's all about priorities and what you want to do. If you can't afford to do that, then that is obviously something that you can't, but getting the kids involved in what you're doing is so helpful, because I hope at some point they will be beneficial. At least they provide some entertainment and some chaos. I'm not sure that I need more of that, but I'm so blessed to have them.